everyone, it's Lynnea for LDRS Creative, and I have an interactive card for you using the HSN at the Hop Pocket Pals and the Soda Shop Pocket Pals stamps and dies. You can see here that these little Pocket Pals are just absolutely adorable, and they are going to go perfectly with that Soda Shop image. The Soda Shop image is large, and you can use the coordinating dies to create an interactive element where the doors and windows will pop open. Now don't forget, when you get these products into your craft room, keep the packaging, because on the reverse side of the packaging you're going to see examples of these images colored up, and you can use those as a jumping off point for your coloring. I'm going to show you how I colored most of the Soda Shop image. I didn't keep all of the coloring in because this is a large image, but you'll get a good idea of how I color based on this quick sped up little portion. I kept the colors bright and happy for this Soda Shop. I was really channeling a bright and happy vibe, just kind of going out with your friends to get a drink and some burgers and maybe a milkshake. I color very simply when I color with alcohol markers. I usually color with 2 markers for each color to create a simple blend. Since this image is larger, you will see me using either 2 or 3 markers. So right now I'm starting off with teal, and I wanted to have that Soda Shop sign be a teal image and kind of create a faux neon look to it. So what I did was I took a dark teal marker and I outlined the words Angie's Soda Shop. And then I'm just going to fill in with a light teal marker all around, and that's going to kind of make those words pop and glow a little bit. Now I'm going to continue coloring. I'm using some pinks here, and you can see that I do have 3 shades of pink. I have kind of skipped colors, so I'm using some R markers here, and I'm skipping down colors, either 1 skip or sometimes even 2. I just use the markers that I have. I don't have a huge collection of markers. I tend to find colors that I love and just color with those markers over and over and over again. When I color from dark to light. There are many different ways to color, so I always encourage you to use whatever coloring medium you like and however you like to color. So for the pinks, you saw me start with my darkest color, then my medium, and then my lightest. Yellows are oftentimes the only time that I will start with my very lightest color and just put down a quick layer to saturate the paper, get that a little bit wet isn't the right word because it's not really wet, but just saturate the paper so that it will absorb more color. So I started with my very lightest yellow, but then just like I like to color, I went right back into my darkest color. So I went with my very lightest all over, then my darkest, then my medium, and then my light. Don't forget that with alcohol markers, if you're not getting your desired blend, you can go tip to tip. So I took my lightest marker and I touched that tip to my medium color marker, and that helped me to just get an in-between color and color that in so that it blended a little bit better. You can see here that I finished up coloring the rest of that Soda Shop. I brought in some purple for the front, and then I added some green for the bushes out front. I also have the couple in the car, and that is also from the Soda Shop stamp set. I colored that up simply. I wanted to have something bright and happy for the car too, so I went with some oranges. And I did just some gray accents for the metal parts of the car, but again, coloring very simply. Off camera, I stamped a bunch of the At the Hop Pocket Pals stamps, and I colored them in. I didn't leave the coloring in for those because honestly, I didn't do any blending at all. These images are small, and so you don't have room for blending, so I just grabbed some markers and added a quick layer of color. Let's go ahead and die cut this Soda Shop image. The coordinating dies for the Soda Shop have 2 dies. One is going to just cut the outline image with a little white shadow like you're used to seeing. But if you pair it with this secondary die that goes straight across the middle and covers the windows and the doors, you're going to be able to create an interactive element for your card. So I'm running this through my die cutting machine, and I'm going to pop these images out, and you'll see exactly what I mean. That center die there allows the doors to open and the windows to open. So now you can tuck some of your At the Hop Pocket Pals inside and behind the doors and the windows, as well as have some outside on the sidewalk. So you're really creating a fun three-dimensional scene. To help me build my card, I cut a card base that is an A7 size, so 5x7, out of pink cardstock, and then I have layers of white and teal. And then I also grabbed some fun colors of pattern paper from the Favorite Things 6x6 paper pack by LDRS Creative. I use that outer die for the soda shop and just cut an extra white piece. So without that center die, I just cut the white background because I wanted to have something behind the doors and the windows. I realized that when I put my soda shop image onto my card, it was going to kind of show both of the patterns, and I didn't like that look. So all I'm doing is I grabbed that same color teal from my background, and I'm going to just cut little pieces and glue that on to that background white piece of that soda shop image. It doesn't look pretty. It doesn't matter. It's going to get covered up. I'm going to add adhesive to the back of my colored soda shop. When you do this, you'll notice that my windows and my doors are popped open because you don't want to add any adhesive behind them. Otherwise, you'll glue them closed and you no longer have an interactive card. So whenever I'm adhering the soda shop, whether it's with glue or foam adhesive, I like to do the little trick of popping the windows and doors open. That way I can clearly see where to add adhesive and where to not add adhesive. From here, I'm just going to start playing around with the images that I've cut and colored and build my scene. I know I want my soda shop pretty much right in the center, and I think I want my car off to the right-hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and start playing with the pieces that I have, making sure that I'm tucking them into the windows and doors. Here I have a little hamburger that I'm going to tuck inside that window. That to me was kind of like the pickup window, so I'm going to put a little waitress over to that side, almost like she's going over to the pickup window to get the orders to serve the customers. And I'm going to tuck people inside the door and inside that window on the right-hand side. Just have fun with it. What I like to do when I get these kinds of stamps into my craft room is stamp all of the images. There's 24 stamps in that At the Hop Pocket Pal set, and I will stamp all of them once, maybe even 2 or 3 times, and I'll just sit down and I'll color for a little while, and then I'll die cut all the pieces, and I'll have way more than what I need to create one card, but that will let me have multiple pieces so I can create multiple cards when inspiration strikes. I like to use a mixture of liquid and 3D foam adhesive so that I can have varying degrees of dimension on my card. I'm going to add a sentiment up in the right-hand corner, and I know that I want a little sentiment banner, and the one that I cut originally, I cut with straight edges. I'm going to restamp that because I wanted to have a flagged banner edge coming in on the left-hand side. I just thought that would be a nice little look. So here's my finished card. I added all of those At the Hop Pocket Pals behind the windows, behind the doors. I added some on the sidewalk, that car off to the right-hand side, more in the foreground. Everything is just so fun and exciting, and I love that these doors and windows fold flat, so you can put this into an envelope and send it through the mail, no problem, but there's little surprises when your recipient gets the card. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!